Now at 6, the city of Miami, Oklahoma looks at issues regarding past and present flooding in the city. Plus, East Town Dreams District in Joplin shares their goal for the Home of Hope Park. And the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons aim to win the outright SEK League Championship with a win tomorrow against Fort Scott.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A meeting is just now getting underway in Miami, Oklahoma to discuss ongoing flooding problems in the city. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Yana Hautala talked with city officials and a concerned citizen about the issue.
When we have a high water event and the lake is already full, there's a problem, right? As anyone can understand, what's water going to do? If it can't get into the lake, it's going to get backed up. And when that happens, it's catastrophic to this town.
Because the flooding in Miami has become worse, FEMA updated the flood maps.
It may require them to have flood insurance. Well, that costs money. That costs our citizens money to have to go out and acquire this flood insurance.
Flooding impacts not only homes but local businesses. Jay Callan's business is up on a hill but still suffers.
You're not buying lawnmowers or hardware or anything else if you can't get to me. And the highway, Steve Owens Boulevard down here, gets so flooded that you can't drive through it.
Callan is concerned who would build in the town. He plans to attend the meeting.
I hope to hear some solutions from GRDA and not the same old stories, okay? But I also want to hear solutions from our civic leaders, our townspeople. I want them to have some answers.
City Manager Boo Reese says city leaders feel strongly about the Grand River Dam Authority and flooding issues.
GRDA has never upheld the full breadth of their license that they currently have. And that license states that they should have easement rights on all of the properties that they put water on. And when they don't do that, they're just effectively flooding people that they're not paying to flood, and that's wrong.
The meeting comes as the GRDA is requesting to renew the Pensacola Dam license for another 50 years. In Miami, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
Now that meeting started just a few minutes ago at the Coleman Theater. KOAM's Amber Jenkins is at tonight's meeting and we'll have a full report for us tonight at 10. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist, or let's check in with Sam Lane for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, Doug's decided to push his fingers and toes in the sand for a few days, and that's pretty good. We don't have any flooding problems to worry about tonight, thank goodness. We did have some rain last night down in Miami, but no flooding concerns. Instead, we're looking at snow flurries across our area today, especially up towards the north, up towards Kansas City, where they actually had some accumulations earlier this afternoon. Temperatures are going to be dropping through the 20s into the teens by later on tonight. And looking down the road, we do have some warmer weather ahead. Sunny Friday, windy on Saturday, so watch out for the fire danger. Then warmer on Sunday and a warmer week ahead. And I'll tell you all about that when we come back with weather in just a little bit.
All right, we'll see you then. A federal jury indicts a Missouri man accused of keeping a malnourished woman in his basement for more than a month. The federal jury indicted Timothy Haslett Jr. on 9 felony counts. It's regarding the investigation of kidnapping and sexual assault in October of last year in Excelsior Springs, Missouri. Authorities say a 22-year-old woman escaped Haslett's basement as he took his son to school. She was wearing a dog collar and was malnourished. If he's found guilty on all counts, he could face 5 life sentences plus 36 years. An officer, a pedestrian, and a police dog are dead in Kansas City, Missouri following a crash last night. A police cruiser was hit by another car and a person standing nearby was also hit. The officer involved in the crash died at the hospital. The bystander and the officer's police canine were also killed. No word yet on the officer's name, but we do know he was a 20-year-old veteran with the KCPD. The driver of the other car had minor injuries from the crash and was in custody as police investigated that case. Newly elected Southwest Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson visited Joplin today. We spoke to Burleson about a variety of topics, including about the unidentified objects and Chinese balloon recently shot down by the U.S. military.
The military has indicated that the size of the balloon was so massive and that it was several tons of steel in the sky that it would have created potential harm to citizens had it been shot down over the mainland.
President Biden announced he expects to speak soon to President Xi Jinping of China about the balloons. Kansas City University Joplin today gave a media tour of the new College of Dental Medicine. The school will offer a 4-year program that'll be up and running for students by the fall. Officials say students will provide 40 to 50,000 patient visits annually during their schooling. Those patient visits will feature some state-of-the-art technology.
So we've designed a very innovative curriculum, and what we're going to have educational sessions where the students participate. We'll use case-based learning where we'll start, with a patient who has a certain disease who comes to the dentist, and then from there we might go to, we'll learn cardiology.
First class at the dental school will have 80 students. A park for playing, a park for dreaming. That's the motto for the Easttown Dreams District's future home of Hope Park in Joplin. It'll be 2 blocks north of Joe Becker Stadium off historic Route 66. Officials hope the park will inspire, encourage, and remind kids that hope leads to dreaming, dreaming leads to goal setting leads to actions, and actions lead to self-actualization and productivity.
By its very name, Hope in a Park, it allows kids to have different dreams and to have a place where they can play, where they can talk to each other, socialize, and have a recreation area, but also bring the community together.
The park will have an interactive wall of dreams alongside the north area to showcase kids' dreams and recognize their partners' generosity. The district is looking for help for fundraising efforts to finish construction. You can learn more at easttowndreamsdistrict.org. Coming up, Mercy Hospital Joplin celebrates a milestone on robotic procedures. Plus, the McDonald County School District prepares 8th graders for their journey into high school. Mercy Hospital Joplin celebrated a milestone today. The hospital reached the completion of 2,000 robotic surgeries. To celebrate the achievement, there was a small gathering with cake and punch.
It's not that surgery per se is easier, but it allows us to do minimally invasive cases that were typically too complex to be done laparoscopically. And so instead of having to open the patient up, we can continue laparoscopically and keep them with small incisions, quicker surgery times, and much quicker recovery times also.
Mercy received the robot in 2013. Nearly 300 students from across the McDonald County School District got a look at the future today. KOAM Shagun Bamadeli joined them as they toured the high school they'll attend in the fall.
8th grade students in McDonald County got a feel of what high school will be like for them.
And we bring them up for an enrollment day so they can see the campus, take a tour, and see some of the programs that we offer here at the high school.
The students toured the Performing Arts Center, Music Center, and other activity centers in the school.
So, every year we have some kids that this is the first time they've ever been to the high school. And even if they have been here 1 or 2 times, it can be a little bit intimidating to go from a class of maybe 80 at some of our larger junior high schools or even 20 at some of the smaller.
As students walked through the high school, many loved what they saw.
Honestly, I really like it because it gives us just a little bit of a taste of what next year is going to be like for us. The fact that whenever you see everyone, you know that you're not going to be judged because you're a freshman.
I like band, I like music, instruments. Yeah. I like the school, it's really big. I like the different teachers. They seem nice, they seem kind. It shouldn't be that intimidating. I shouldn't be that nervous because everybody here seems nice and kind.
School officials say they are optimistic.
The kids seem to be very excited. They're a little nervous when they first get here. They come in a little quieter, but by the end of the day they go out smiling and excited, and we hope that they get to see maybe a program or a club that they want to be a part of. All of our programs and clubs present so they can see all of the opportunities they have here at the high school.
Reporting in McDonald County, Shagun Bamadeli, KOAM News.
A McDonald County Project graduation group is hosting a formal frenzy fundraiser at McDonald County High School. The event features formal dresses for sale on consignment from individuals as well as shoes, and jewelry. A small fee will be charged, which will go back to the McDonald Project Graduation Group.
This is a fundraiser for Project Graduation, which will be an event after graduation that night for kids to have a safe, alcohol-free, and drug-free environment. The girls who sell the dress will get the money from that, but that $10 will go towards Project Graduation.
The group has been raising funds throughout the school year to prepare for the post-graduation event. A little later, the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons look to win the SEK League Championship outright. We're going to hear from them on tomorrow's game.
And the weekend is coming up, and is the cold weather going to stick around, or is warmer weather on the way? I'll have the answer when we come back. What a difference 24 hours can make weather-wise here in the 4 states. Yesterday we were dealing with spring-like weather. Today it was a return to winter, and it's still that way this evening as we look outside at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort in Seneca, Missouri. Some clouds out there and some cold winds from the north and west. And we take a look right now over the 36 hours, over the last 36 hours, you can see that we were very warm yesterday. Some places in northwest Arkansas were close to 70 degrees. Not today. We've been staying in the 20s pretty much all afternoon, and as a result we're seeing some snow flurry activity, especially up towards the north and in Kansas City over near Sedalia, also just to the east of Stockton right now, a few flurries. The recent rains has helped the drought situation a little bit. The updated drought map came out today, and you can see that we're still dry here in Joplin, but as we go towards in southeastern Kansas, at least the exceptional drought is starting to get a little bit smaller, and that's good news, but we definitely need more rainfall to help alleviate the drought. Temperatures this evening are in the 20s on northwesterly winds, so it makes it feel a lot colder than that. In fact, we're about 25 to 30 degrees colder now than we were 24 hours ago. Check out Bella Vista. 37 degrees difference from yesterday at this time. Right now it feels like it's in the teens across the area, 15 up in Iola, 16 in Nevada, Stockton, 15 in Lamar. A little bit warmer in Nowata, where they're currently feeling like it's 21 degrees. In Joplin, we're sitting at 27. It feels like 15 though. Dew point is 17 and the wind is out of the northwest at 15, having a little bit of a bite to the air. Temperatures tonight are going to be dropping through the 20s all the way down into the teens. This model is not cold enough, I don't think, with northwesterly winds. And then tomorrow we're going to see temperatures rebounding into the lower 40s, maybe some upper 40s out towards the west in like Eureka, Howard, and Sedan with light westerly winds. Then as we go into the overnight hours into Saturday morning, we'll see temperatures around freezing, and notice the winds are going to be back around to the south, and they're really going to be cranking up Saturday afternoon with winds gusting over 25 to 30 miles per hour, so watch out for the fires, with temperatures in the 40s and the 50s. Then as we go through the evening hours, we'll have maybe a sprinkle or two, mainly down to the south, and then on Sunday we'll see temperatures in the 30s with those south winds continuing. Cold air is in place right now. That's going to take a retreat back towards the north as we go through the weekend. Mild air will start to come in. Then we're going to be watching the storm system coming in from the west. That will start to pull out into the plains on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's when the next chance of rain really starts to increase. All right, tomorrow, cool, sunny, 44, and then 51 on Saturday with windy conditions, maybe some sprinkles, and then Sunday looks pretty good, 59, and the warm weather continues into the early part of next week before the next chance of rain comes in on Wednesday, and then extending out the forecast, it looks like it's going to be a little bit unsettled as we head towards the following weekend.
We are moving closer and closer to spring after all, but boy, the temperature is trending at least in the right direction.
We're heading in the right direction. That's exactly right.
Thanks, Sam. Still had a big night for both Pitt State and Missouri Southern basketball, and the Pittsburgh boys have a shot to claim the outright SEK League Championship tomorrow night. Jacob Leonard has details up next.
Well, both the Pittsburgh State Gorillas and Missouri Southern Lions are at home tonight for MIAA Conference doubleheaders. The Pittsburgh State welcomes in the Fort Hays State Tigers. And on the women's side, it's a big one for the Gorillas. Right now, these two teams are 4th and 5th in the MIAA. The Gorillas have won 11 of 13 coming into the night. That one already started in Pittsburgh. The Gorillas, by the way, trying to sweep the season series from the Tigers after beating them by 22 in Hays back in early January. After the women finish up, the Pitt State men hit the floor against Fort Hays State, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak and avoid the season sweep. The Tigers won this matchup by 28 in their first meeting of the season. That one will get started at 7:30. As for the Missouri Southern Lions, they're at home tonight against Nebraska Kearney. Now, it's an important one for the Missouri Southern women tonight, facing one of the best in the MIAA and one of the best in the country. UNK ranked 10th in the nation. They're in first place in the MIAA. They beat the Lions by 3 in Kearney in their first meeting. That one already started in Joplin. Then after that, it's the men's turn. The Lions aim to sweep the season series from the Lopers tonight. That one will get started at about 7:30. We'll be there at Pittsburgh State and at Missouri Southern tonight. Have highlights from all of the games right here tonight at 10. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons have earned at least a share of the SEK League Championship. The Dragons went on the road and beat Chanute Tuesday night to claim their 3rd straight conference championship and 7th in the last 8 years. In that game Tuesday, junior Mason English scored 33 points, topped 1,000 points for his Pittsburgh high school career. He's leading the Dragons in scoring, posting 28 points per night. Now, English and the Purple Dragons are 13-4 overall. They turn around and host SEK rival Fort Scott tomorrow night. And with a win there, they would earn the outright SEK League Championship.
The kids kind of set that goal, one of our goals early on in the year, and they've bought in and for the most part been locked in every night. And again, we're getting people's best shot, so we just know that night in and night out and stick to the game plan, and I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that this year.
That's the main goal, is to be the #1 team in our SEK and just beat everybody.
With Sub-State now, obviously we want to do everything we can to have 2 home games later on in the year. So we know that, this is our next game, but every game is important from here on out.
And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.